Whether you're a beginner or a veteran, whether you have 1,000,000 coins or 1,000, 7 of the biggest market gurus in the FIFA community. Welcome to the Ultimate FIFA 22 Trading Guide. Welcome to today's very big video. I've gathered 7 of the biggest names in the FIFA community to come together in one video to show you guys the ultimate FIFA trading guide. This video is going to cover everything from low budget all the way to trading with the biggest icons. All these traders are going to give you their perspectives on their favorite trading methods, and hopefully you learn a lot. Before we get started, I'm going to set the highest like goal I've ever set on this channel ever before. 2,000 likes is going to be today's like goal. If we end up hitting that, it would be the most liked video on the channel. And of course, down below are going to be links to all of the other creators in this video. That would be unbelievable if you guys could go support them as well. And hopefully you'll learn a ton in this video. Without further ado, let's hop into the first guest of the day, LE96Z. Take it away, Lewis.
Hey, what is going on, the boys? Sean, thank you so much for getting me on this video. So in this video, I'm going to be presenting my best trading method. In my opinion, it's going to be SBC solution trading. So bear with me. It's mega complicated, but once you get it, you're going to be pretty much doubling and tripling your coins each time that you do this. So as you'll be able to see, I've picked up loads of players right here, and this is going to be my first little set for this video. And as you can see, the prices I've picked them up for: Fabra 1.4k, Luis Felipe 1.1k, Otavio around 1.2k, Neto around 1,100. Now I want to show you the individual prices of just one of these players, because it's going to be the one that I'm going to be using for this example. However, all of those players that I've just shown you then are pretty decent for this method. So Fabra at the minute is currently selling on the market for around 2.7k, as you can see on the PlayStation market currently, 2.7, 2.6k. Now don't worry that I'm on PlayStation, this works on Xbox, PC, anything. So what you can actually go off and do is find players on FUTBIN who fluctuate a lot in their graphs and pick them up when they're absolutely at their lowest and sell when they're at the highest. And then you saw that I've got loads of Fabras at 1.4k. That's 1k profit per card, which is just bonkers because I can list it up at 2.6 and cover the tax as well. This guy will sell on by the time that I've finished explaining all this, and then we're making easy coins. So the way that you do this is by going over to the players tab on FUTBIN and just coming over here, and then what you need to do is thus go over to the price and just set it to around, I don't know, 3,000 coins, 9,900. Now we don't want to be going over the 10,000 coin mark because it's just too expensive. What we're looking for is like the gold commons, the Sudamericana players, the silver players who fluctuate a lot. Go and order by PS price, and then what you need to do is go and find yourself a gold common card or a CONSUMABLE card. So if you want to, just to make it easier, just for this, let's just go over here and let's just go over to the Sudamericana cards and let's see who's expensive from this. So straight off the bat, we've got this Lasso card in centre back who's currently selling at 4.5k, which is bonkers. Then what we need to do is check his graphs. Go over to his hourlies, check the day before and see if he's been fluctuating a lot. Check the day before that, see if he's been fluctuating a lot. And at the minute, he's not really fluctuating too much, so we need to find ourselves another player. So this Orzen card is currently selling at 3.2k, and he's actually been fluctuating today between 1.5 and 300, and that's what you're looking for mainly, huge spikes. Or what you can also do is this. Just go over to the active challenges and just go over to any of the popular SBCs that people normally do for packs. So Hybrid Nations is a really good place to start. Go and take a look at, I'm not too sure, the Around the World SBC. Look at the completed challenges and look at the players from that solution. So say for example this Frederick guy, he might be going for like 1,000 coins or something, and you can find the players that way instead. So let's jump back over to console and I'll show you what I do next. So we go back over to the console, we take a look at Orzen and let's go and see how much he's currently selling for. He's currently going for 1,000 coins, 1.8k. Okay. So basically what happens is when these players get featured in SBC solutions, they spike up in price. So what I need to do now is determine, is 1.2k a decent price for this card? Well, we've seen in the past few days he's been going for like 300, 400 coins. So we can safely assume that no. So then what I need to do is just sit here, wait for him to go back down to like 500, 400 coins, pick him up then and just wait for him to rise again. Now, I know for a fact that if you're watching this, you'll be thinking, well, I don't want to do that because it's just long, innit? So what I'll show you instead is a quicker method, but it's not as good profit-wise. So what you need to do is go and use that method where I was just taking a look at the popular SBCs. So this Heitinger is from the popular SBCs of the hybrid nations. What you need to do with these players is double check the price. If they're going for like upwards of 1,000 coins, the gold commons, they're probably decent to snipe because they're actually going up. So we know for a fact that this guy can pop up at 350 coins because that's his lowest buy now. So you can see one there at 500 coins. So what you can do instead is just snipe these players instead, or just snipe the expensive ones from each individual SBC if you don't want to monitor the prices. So there we go. We've just managed to get one at 450 coins. We know he's selling at 600. I know it's not the best profit in the world, but if you don't want to learn the fluctuations and stuff, this is a good method too. So there you go, boys. That's my really basic rundown of SBC solution trading. Probably one of the hardest methods in FIFA 22, but in my opinion, definitely best. So thank you for letting me on the video, Sean. Aish.
And of course, every single person that's in this video will be linked down below. So if you enjoyed LE96Z, aka Lewis, showing you guys how to do a little bit of trading with squad building challenge methods, well, make sure to drop him a follow down below and show him some love. Squad building challenge methods, they can be a little bit complex at times because you really have to learn the fluctuation of those cards throughout the course of a day. You've got to know their low points, their high points, and which SBCs they're rising for. But this next method is all about consumables and how you can be the most efficient with all of your consumables, how you can make profit off of consumables. Frog1786 specializes in consumables. There's no better trader in the market for it. And I don't really trade a lot with consumables because I forget about it, but it's so important, especially when you've got so much value sitting in your club and you might not even know it. So go ahead and take it away, Frog.
This year is an unusual year. An unusual year because I've been selling these all weekend at 300 coins. That's on the run through. You may get 250, 200 instant sell. Rare ones will go for like 400 on the run through. That's the hour when I say the run through. Which I don't think is that bad. Great coins. But that leads me in something that I think may work this year. You all know me for the 5k pack method. I think this year we may get the 7.5k pack method. And the reason being is because there is things in the consumables market which will dictate whether the 5k pack method works. These are around about 3,200 coins-ish, or they were over the weekend. They've probably dropped off a little bit at the moment. Yeah, so they've dropped like, what? I was getting free from them. They are still free too, even though they're at 32 minutes. Which for me in a 7.5k pack, if you get one of them, you're already virtually getting into 50% of your pack. Because we've just seen the contracts, you're going to get 3 of them, more than likely. You're already, if you get one of them and the contract, you're already into 50% of your pack. And then you've got the other things like the shadow cards. The shadow cards, I think, are coming in at a crazy price of about, yeah, they're up at near 5,000 coins. And I think the hunters are around about the same. So generally, if you look at the cards, this is the sort of stuff you need to be looking at. Yeah, this is the sort of stuff that will make I think will make the 7.5k pack method profitable. Stuff like the hunter cards, the position cards, generally go up in price for one simple reason. There's either an SBC out, which might make high chemistry SBC, that might make your left mid to left wings go out. There's an SBC card out, which was a striker that people want to change to a centre forward, pushes the price of striker centre forward cards up. It's all pretty relative to what EA put in the game. This year's a bit strange because people get rewards here, there, and everywhere. You know, there's no real set day, maybe apart from squad battles. But other than that, every other day is a bit up in the air, really. It's just all over the show where people get rewards. As what I've just talked about with the rewards is you only get generally player rewards. And player rewards means that people running Road to Glories are not getting any contracts and not getting any shadows. And probably will be too frightened to do the 7.5k pack method. That's the reason why I come up with all my methods. I generally look at the market, and it's generally consumables dictated. Anyway, thank you for having me. I hope it helped. And don't forget, Fox1786 on all socials. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Trading with consumables is extremely important because you've probably got tons of contracts just sitting in your club right now. And as you saw, Frog was selling them for 300 coins a pop over the weekend. Why would you not be listing them constantly if they're just sitting in your club and you don't have 100 items on your transfer list? You should always be listing those cards up a lot of times for more than what they go for. And if you got lucky and one of those position change cards that goes for 3,000 coins is just sitting in your club, or maybe 7 of them, well, you just made yourself 20,000 coins. And as he said, when squad building challenges are released, and maybe it's a striker that needs to go to center forward, that striker to center forward position change card will go up in price. So moving in terms of return on investment for those cards, it's very easy. It's very straightforward. You know what type of packs you can get these cards in. And when there's only player packs in the SBCs, you know that consumables aren't going to be supplied that day. And then when there are squad building challenges that give 7.5k packs or 15k packs in return, the consumable supply is going to rise exponentially. And especially on like marquee matchup day, that's a day where a lot of packs get into the game and consumables drop quite significantly. You can pick them up when they're at a low point, sell them at a high point, just like players. And it gets overlooked so much that a lot of times the return on investment, it's higher than what you can get on the players, which is a more saturated market. Anyways, guys, that's not the only way you can make coins off of chemistry styles. You don't trade just with the chemistry styles. Well, you can actually use those chemistry styles that are already on players or position changes that are already applied to players to end up making coins. And that's why I brought in Chris RM22 to talk about that with you guys.
What's up, guys? My name is Chris, and I'm going to be showing you guys chemistry style method and position change method for this section of the video. Two very simple ways on how to make coins in FIFA Ultimate Team. You can work with a 5k budget, 10k budget, 50k, 100k, 1 mil even with a budget like this. These are cards that have decent margins. You can make 500 to 1,000 coins on certain cards. You can make upwards of that as well. And it just takes a little bit of practice. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this method in this section of the video. Before we get into it, if you guys want to check out any of my socials, make sure you follow me on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We stream every single day on Twitch. My name is Chris RM22. You guys will be able to find me throughout. So right now we're going to be looking at Aliba, and what I go and do first off is I check and see what Aliba is currently selling for on the market. The cheapest Aliba on the market right now is 1,900 coins. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the chem style shadow because he's a defender, right? Any center backs, left backs, right backs, CDMs, and center mids, you could probably go shadow with this. If they're left forward or left wing striker, right wing, cam, maybe some center mids that is maybe more attacking, you're going to go with a hunter. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking at these cards with a price difference. And the price difference here is 2,000 coins as a normal card. And with the chem style applied, it's 3,300. And if you want to know why these things happen, it's because the Shadow Chem Style and the Hunter Chem Style are very valuable on the market right now. So there's going to be some sort of price difference on a card. And I would recommend, if I were you guys, to use this with players under 10,000 coins. Now what you're then going to do, and I'm obviously recording this video late tonight, so the market's at its most dead point right now. I don't expect to get many deals, but with this Aliba card, what you would theoretically do is you would snipe him under 3,300 coins, right? If you see a 3k pop up, you can buy that. Look right there, you have a bid of 3.1k with a shadow just right there. If you see 2.7, you buy it. If you see 2k, you buy it. What you do really hope for on a method like this is that somebody that is inexperienced with the market doesn't realize that the chemistry style that they put on that player gives that player a added value, right? Chem styles like Shadow and Hunter, you guys can really do this method with. So that's where the price difference comes from, and somebody that's inexperienced may put the card up for the normal price, and you can be able to flip cards like that. And there's so many different cards you can use as well. I actually have a free trading Discord. I don't know if ELYYT would allow me to do this, but my Discord has a lot of players that you guys can use these methods with. Another card we can look at here on a Hunter is Martial. Okay, so Martial on the market right now, I'm just going to show you guys, he's cheap, right? He's like 2,000 coins on the market right now. Market recently has been really supplied, so 2,000 coins. Now, what you're then going to do is you're going to see what he goes for with the Hunter. And with the Hunter, Martial is currently, once again, 3.1. So you have an 1,100 coin difference between the cheapest card on the market and the one that has the chem style that people want to use on a card like this. So what you're going to do is you're just going to wait on it. And I would create a list of 10 to 40 different players you guys can kind of swap through this with. Because I would never hold on to a card or never stay on a card for more than a few minutes. If you're not getting any snipes or if you're not seeing any deals, move on to the next player, right? Because that's potential coins you could be missing out on if you're just sitting on one card, nothing is happening. So this is what I would do with the chem style method. As you can see right there, somebody just bought a Martial at 3.1. Now, why do people buy these cards? The reason why they buy these cards with the position modifier changed to them or the chem style on them is because they are lazy. They do not want to go out into the market and go and buy multiple things to then apply to their card. They'd rather, and I used to do this as well, back before I became a trader. I used to buy cards that had the chem styles applied or had the position changes applied, not realizing that the difference in price was quite, big, especially, with this lower budget here. So that's the chem style method. Same thing applies with Martial and a midfielder card. So what I like to do this with the position change method, I like to then see what the cheapest card on the market with this is. And then if they are a central player, and I love it when they're central players, because if they're a center forward, if they are a striker, you can put your position as midfielder. It doesn't necessarily have to be center mid or cam or CDM necessarily. It could just be midfielder in general. And then after that, you can play around with it a little bit. So Martial with a midfielder card attached is 3,000. Oh, can I get that, please? Oh my God, somebody actually bought that with a cam. I was going to give you guys a deal on stream or on video, but pretty much you'll be able to snipe these cards at a pretty efficient rate. There is some competition on this, but what you're then going to do is you're going to see the price difference here between 2.1 and 3.2. And that guy right there that put that card up at 2.1k didn't realize that Martial with a Kim sells for 3.2 instead of 2.1. So you can really take advantage of, quote unquote noobs. I could have gotten that one as well, but again, that's the cheapest one on the market. And I was a little slow there as well. So right there, you could have made 2,000 coins on 2 Martial snipes. And like I said, I have a bunch of different players you guys can use these with. Go onto my Discord if you want to get involved with it. You look at my Twitch in the chat, _Discord. My Twitter is my pinned tweet, has my Discord link. And my YouTube channel, the link will be in the description of all my YouTube videos. So that's pretty much the position change and chem style method. And just to show you guys really quickly here, but if we go into consumables and we go to chem style and we go to hunter or shadow, right, you can see right here that the cheapest one for a shadow is already 5,000 coins. So nobody wants to, go onto a player, buy him, and then have to apply this chem style with it, because it's just going to cost even more. And that's where the margins come from with this low budget, is that there has to be a price difference with some of these cards, because the shadow chem style is almost 5,000 coins on this market. And same goes with position modifiers. Even if I'm going to a guy like Jota here, right? I said that, you can look for central players, but you can also look at players that are, wingers, that you look at midfielder, or if they're a left mid, you can look at like a forward, right? Because not only can you use a forward with left wing or left forward, right, from midfielders. So I'm looking at this Jota. He's currently worth like 900 coins in the market. I'm going to then go midfielder, and I'm going to see what the price difference is. And the price difference here, right, and why do these cards get, bought at higher prices as well, is because they fit different links, right? Maybe some guy needs a card at a CDM to get a Sterling to his right back instead of having him at striker. So that's where the demand comes from with these cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this section of the video. Like I said, just find meta players that are under 10,000 coins. Some players off the bat here: Jota, Pulisic, Inaki Williams, Richarlison, Martial, Barella, Renato, Sissoko, Akanji, you know, Davinson Sanchez. There's so many different names you guys can use these cards for. If they're a defender, like I said, you're going to put Shadow. If they are a, you know, forward or a cam, you look at Hunter with this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video. Like I said, you can check my socials out in the description. I think ELYYT is then going to put it there. So thank you guys for watching this part of the video. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon.
As we get farther into the video, the budget that you'll need to do some of these trading methods is going to slightly rise after each guest, which is why we've organized it this way. Hopefully you use the methods in the first part of the video to get to the point to where you can use these trading methods as you have more resources. This next guest is blowing up on YouTube currently. He has been crushing FIFA 22 content, and he has made a big name for himself in the trading community. His name is FUT Mentor.
Ones to watch is always the first promo that we do get every single year in FIFA Ultimate Team, and in this video, part of ELYYT's full trading guide video, we're going to be talking about a small segment, ones to watch trading, because it is the first promo every single year. These are actually live dynamic cards. We do have more dynamic cards road to the final that are going to be released after that, and this video is still relevant for that, so it should be quite useful. And let's get right into it. Despite these cards being exactly the same as their golds, literally, of course, the pie is the same, Lukaku is the same, but Lukaku is going for around 300,000 coins more than his gold card, even though they are the exact same card. This one does have a dynamic image, of course, but that's not the reason people are paying so many times more for this ones to watch card. It is because they are dynamic live cards, and this year there is a little bit of a spin on it as well. If we take a look here, they are going to be upgrading, of course, with if they're included in Team of the Week, Man of the Match. The upgrade is instant. It should happen within 30 minutes, within an hour. It should be very quick. But this year, for the first time ever, they are also eligible for a one-time 1+ inform upgrade if their team wins 5 games out of their next 10 domestic league matches starting October 1st. So this is going to be very interesting. I do think Chelsea, PSG, Barcelona, all of these teams are expected to win 5 out of their 10 league games. So for Chelsea, this is going to be 5 of the 10 Premier League games. If they win at least 5, then Lukaku is going to be getting this upgrade. Now, that is going to be having some fluctuations on the market as well. But if you take a look actually at the earliest time around when this could be happening, it is going to be around November time. So I believe they had this game. So this counts. This counts starting after October 1st, so this game should be counting. So Lukaku is going to be getting 1. He's won 1 already, so assume that Chelsea are going to be winning all of the next ones as well. So Brentford, that would be 2, this would be 3, this would be 4, and this would be 5. So the earliest possible time, assuming none of these matches get transferred, get changed, rescheduled, or anything like that, the earliest he could get it is around November time, 6th of November, maybe 20th of November. I think that's when most of these cards are going to be getting these upgrades. So possibly around that time is also Black Friday, maybe a promo before that. If there is going to be some panic selling, that is something just to keep in mind of for the future. A lot of these cards are going to be getting that, but currently it is a little bit too early for that. We are going to have to be talking about that next month, because these teams do need to start getting wins. But what we can start to do straight away is fluctuating trading with these cards, because they have lots of large fluctuations. This Depay, for example, he was in the Netherlands game yesterday. He did start the game. As you can see here, I believe the starting announcement was probably he went up to around 160, I like to believe. So he probably went up 8,000 coins. If you picked him up the night before that, when there wasn't really too many people talking about him, you need to try and be ahead of the game. If you picked him up here at 140 and you sold him when he was in the starting lineups for 160, if we take a look here, that's actually some very nice profit, around 13k profit per card, which is very nice indeed. There was also Griezmann. If you take a look at Griezmann, I was actually trading with this card. This had nothing to do actually with the France game. I just saw him that he was way too low, because currently they are in packs, and I did actually sell him on for a little bit of a nice profit. But in the France game, he was actually going up for a lot, and even now, because he is a hyped card, he's going for a lot. even if it's the same as the gold. Just because it's a hyped card, it's going for even 20,000 coins more, and this guy doesn't really have a game upcoming or any crazy hype like that. So for example, I've got my coins right now. The next up thing you sort of need to be tracking, check if a player's got a game coming up. For example, maybe just a random player could be having a game. If Messi's got a game upcoming this weekend, he's up at 2 million coins now, which is pretty crazy. He was like 1.8 yesterday, so maybe there's hype towards that. You do want to try and get early if you are buying for a game, but alternatively, what you could do as well is sort of the opposite of that. If you've got your coins available right now, I'm going to be waiting for Team of the Week coming out on Wednesday. A lot of people are predicting Sancho is going to be getting in, and also De Paul. Let's say there's a scenario where Sancho doesn't actually get in. There's most likely going to be a lot of panic selling Wednesday, 6 PM UK time. So that is something that you can be looking out for, because if he's going to be going down, let's say to 170, I'll definitely snap him up, and then probably a day after that, he's got Manchester United are playing again on the weekend. These are things that you need to be thinking about, and then I do think he's going to be shooting right back up because the hype is going to be there, and it's best always to sell in the hype. You don't have to, but selling in the hype is usually a good idea. As we can see here, they are going to be playing on Saturday the 16th. So if I pick this up on Wednesday, few days hold, if he gets confirmed in the starting lineup, then it could be quite good. So next up, what we can be talking about is also a method of, say a player is going to be playing well, that he's played well, and getting closer. For example, if he played well on the weekend, getting closer to Wednesday, there are going to be some Team of the Week predictions. So I do believe this guy, he was 16k. I do believe he played quite good. Maybe he got goals and assists. I'm not too sure exactly, but he was 16k, and then he did go up to 22k. Now there was even more room. He's gone up another 5,000 coins. The reason he actually went up was because of the FUTBIN Team of the Week predictions. These usually come out, I believe, on Monday. Is the time here at 2 PM UK time. So I believe around lunchtime, midday UK time on Monday. That is usually when also some other big Instagram accounts, Twitter accounts might be posting predictions as well. We can see here that Sancho made it in, De Paul made it in, so this brought up De Paul another 5,000 coins. So you want to be taking a look at these Team of the Week predictions as well. There's so many different things we can be doing with these ones to watch cards, and even now these ones to watch team 2, they are still in packs. So if any of them get too low, you might want to be watching their prices. You can potentially be picking them up before they go out of packs. It was a little bit of a different fluctuation because we did have international break, but we are going to be returning to that, and the closer we are getting back to returning to games, you can take a look at a card like Hakimi. Absolutely just rocketed in price. He was like 310k for a very long time, and now he's like 100,000 coins more. So obviously when it's expensive like this, don't get involved. But for some reason, for example, if this Sancho is going to be going down, whenever these ones to watch cards go down, then it's a good time to buy, of course, and then sell when there is hype again. So maybe you could add them to potentially the FUTBIN market tracker. I have a full separate video about that, but if I added Sancho here, a load of other cards, if they go down a lot, maybe that is going to be a potential time to buy. But definitely make sure that you are tracking these ones to watch cards, and it's very, very profitable for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this little segment, and on to the next one.
The guests so far on the video have been absolutely amazing, so make sure to go drop a follow to all of them. Chris, FUT Mentor, ELYYT96Z, Frog, drop them some support. But this next part of the video is going to be hosted by yours truly. And I'll be talking about complement link and fluctuation trading in FIFA 22. Complement link trading has probably been my favorite trading method in FIFA 22. It's probably where 1 million to 2 million coins, that's where most of my coins have come from. And you've really got to think outside the box for it. It's something where you've got to kind of figure out a puzzle almost in a way. So with that being said, you're looking for cards that come out, whether it's a squad building challenge or a team of the week or a new promo, and players are getting those out of their packs, or they're doing the squad building challenge to complete them. And if they're doing an SBC to complete it, then inevitably they're going to be using those cards in their team in some way. And we just packed Muller in our welcome backpack. Not a welcome backpack. It's one of the preseason promo packs. I thought I'd throw it in right here. But that's pretty solid when you only get 3 or 5 rare cards. And we ended up getting Thomas Muller untradeable as one of them. we'll take that all day. But as I was saying, you got to think outside the box for the links to the cards of the players that people are getting. And when players get red picks, that's another example of this being an opportunity to invest in complement links. So let me give you an example. Tchouaméni, which is in the current Team of the Week, he's actually a decent Team of the Week card as well. A lot of people like him, and he's being compared and referred to as the cheap Vieira. He's about 18,000 coins right now. And a lot of people were getting him in their red player picks because it was either you got him or you got Foden or Son, and most people didn't get Foden or Son. And since he was only 82 rated, quite a few people got him, which meant that they were going to have to figure out how to get him in a team. And well, one of the players that gets a good link to him, a hyperlink, in fact, which is a link that ends up getting all three different aspects of the card linking together, which is club, country, and league. And Ben Yedder gets all three of those. You might say, well, that's still just a green link, and it's not. It might still be green. However, if it's a green link, but it only gets, club, or it only gets league and country, but not the same club, it's not as strong of a link as it would be if they're club, country, and league. All three of those links together give a bigger link. So Ben Yedder ended up being a perfect link to that. And if we take a look at his graph over the course of the last week, we can see when the rewards came out, right about here for red picks, he started skyrocketing in price. He went up quite a bit. That investment for complement link worked out perfectly. Another great example of this is Al Jabber. This card is a Heroes card. It links to every single card in Saudi Arabian League. And the only card that's been relevant from that league so far is Anderson Talisca. And if you take a look at his daily graph, he was going for about 96,000 coins, okay? And before that, he was about 79. That was right when he came out. But once Anderson Talisca got an inform, it was on this day right here, Wednesday, October 6th. You can see he already rose 11K, and then he continued to go up all the way to 133,000 coins. If you guys follow our Trading to Glory, you saw this card made us a lot of profit. And over the course of time, that complement link doesn't have a full impact on the card for months, okay? But it had an initial rise, and we sold all of our cards at a good time, and we made ourselves about 40,000 coins per card on that complement link. So how can you use this moving forward? Well, you can go ahead and check every 6 p.m. UK time when new content drops, and you can see all of the squad building challenges that get released. Samuel Umtiti, if you determine that this SBC is definitely worth doing, which I don't think it is, as you can see, most people don't like it in comparison to the people that do. So it's not really a great SBC to do, which means it's not going to have too much of an impact on its links. But if the card is a really, really good one to do, then it might have a really big impact on a hyperlink to it. And with that being said, it's going to be a lot easier to get those links maybe from an MLS player than you would get from a Premier League player, because there's not as many options to go with in MLS, so you're almost forced to use a FUT Heroes Clint Dempsey. In that situation, if a Joseph Martinez ended up getting a really, really cool player of the month for MLS, then maybe Clint Dempsey at about 40,000 coins would shoot up to 55K because people are trying to link them two together. And you have to remember, since he's in the same league, it doesn't matter that he's from the same country. He'll get that green link, which is 2 links. If that player of the month is an American and it's an MLS, then they'll get a hyperlink together, which is that strong link that we were talking about between Ben Yedder and Tchouaméni. So those are definitely all things to consider when it comes to complement link investing. And I think it is the most fun and one of the most effective trading methods of the year. As we move into fluctuation trading, you can use a lot of the same cards. In fact, I did when I was trading with Al Jabber. I actually picked him up for 90,000 coins on a few cards, and then I sold him for 135,000 coins, made myself 40K per card, and then he dropped back down all the way to 115K. I was able to pick him up at the low point. He rose back up to about 130. He didn't get all the way up to what he was beforehand, but I was able to make another 10K per card on that, and I'll show you exactly how I find these trends. Again, you can use FUTBIN as a really good resource, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but it's a great resource to track player prices, and you can do this with just about any card. If you wanted to, try out, let's say, a Kimmich, for example. I actually have used Kimmich a little bit in terms of fluctuation trading, and I think it works even better with special cards, but it's definitely doable with the gold versions, like 89 Kimmich, who's 54,000 coins right now. And if you take a look at his hourly graph, and it's probably not going to be too crazy because in the last 2 days, it's been Monday, Tuesday, there hasn't been a lot of content that drops, but you can see there's a little bit of a disparity between the days on what his price has been. 50,000 coins on Monday, to the nighttime where it was 57K, just in the course of a few hours, right? It rose quite a bit in profit. So looking at almost 3K, maybe 2.5K tax at this price, you're going to be making 5K per card if you invest at the right time, sell at the right time during the day. And let's see, was he lower at the beginning of this day, 53K to 57? It followed the exact same trend, although it wasn't the exact same prices. At the beginning of the day, he was 54. At the end of the day, he was a few thousand coins higher, and hasn't been long enough today to really monitor that. But you can pick him up consistently, it seems, at the same time each day, sell at the same time each day, and take a little bit of profit just by trading over the course of a few hours. It's not a long-term investment. It is a flip over just a few hours during the day, and I would suggest picking out a few cards that you like, that move a lot. The ones that are a little bit more rare on the market, especially when they're out of packs, those are some great cards to trade in fluctuation trade with. Barella's out of packs right now, and he's been a card that's kind of been on an upward spiral. And when you've got a card that's been consistently rising, well, that's a perfect card to trade with on fluctuation trading, because you can look out at its hourly graph and see what it's been doing on Monday. And just like on Monday, it was kind of towards the beginning of the day where he was at his lowest, and then you can sell it later in the day. And then let's see if it was similar on yesterday. It wasn't. It actually slightly dropped from this day beginning to the end. And there wasn't really too much opportunity on Tuesday because the market has been actually quite healthy over the course of the last couple of days. It's been the healthiest that it's actually been over the course of the year. It's actually stabilizing. A lot of cards are rising from the dead. We thought that they were going to go down to discard price or SBC fodder, and they're holding on strong now. We'll see how long that lasts. Anyways, guys, hopefully this part of the video ended up helping you guys out. At least 2 guests left in this video. We've got Jake and we've got HappyQuinn. Let's go ahead and send it over to Jake to show you guys the next trading method.
What's up, YouTube? It's Jake here from JakeFUTTrading. You guys might know me from Twitter or Instagram. We started trading on those platforms a few years back, and Sean actually was one of the first people to reach out and help me start building a platform, and he was always sharing my content. And I just want to start out with that because I've thanked him many times in the past, and what Sean's doing today with today's video is incredible, and it's going to be great for some of these accounts that are unknown and that deserve more recognition. And he's a big part of the reason that I've grown in my account as well. So thanks to ELYYT for putting this together, and thanks for having me on today. So today I actually wanted to talk to you guys about weekend league flipping, we'll call it. This was a concept that I used to love, and we used to all call it Thursday flips. I know it's a concept that a lot of you guys may have been familiar with in the past, right? Because what happened on Thursdays was people got really big reward sets, and they got their rivals and weekend league rewards. Okay, so what happened is right after those 2 reward sets came in, the market started to explode in price. There was kind of this like lethal combination of people getting multiple rewards, which rivals and weekend league came out in the same day in the first few hours, and then people also wanting to buy a team for weekend league. Because what happened in FIFA 21 and previous FIFAs a lot is that people really didn't play the game much during the week, and they just played on Thursday to Saturday or Sunday. And FIFA 22 has alleviated a lot of those issues, which is awesome. So what's happening this year and what makes it different is people get their weekend league rewards right away. Granted, you do have to finish all your games first, okay? So if you don't finish all your games, you're going to get your rewards right when weekend league ends. Even if you don't want to play your games, just go into a game, score an old goal, and quit. It will help the community out, and then you get your rewards instantly. If you finish all 20 games, you do get your rewards immediately. If not, you get them when weekend league ends, which I think is like 8 a.m. UK on Monday. It's 2 a.m. my time, so correct me if I'm wrong there, but everyone gets their rewards. And what's happening is we're seeing a big market increase from Sunday into Monday here, and we even saw one on Saturday into Sunday. And I'm going to run through a few examples for you and kind of talk about why those specific cards rose so well as well, and things you can look for next week too. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys a few examples, and Kimpembe is a awesome one. And if you guys have used this card in FIFA 22, you know this is like an 83 rated Maldini. This card is a freak in game. I hate playing him personally. Let me know if you can relate to that, because I do think it's true. And I want to show you his graph on Saturday. So what happened was Saturday he got real low during the night, and I've talked about this before. I think Sean's covered it too, but the market gets real low late at night UK just because there's not enough buyers. So cards start to dip in this time and then they start to rise. But Kimpembe rose for a specific reason, and that reason is because we actually just got the Wijnaldum SBC recently. And this SBC is not like incredible by any means, but people have untradables, they're bored. PSG is probably going to get their 5 wins, so people are 100% doing this SBC, even though it's not the best value one ever. They need their links to him. So he saw a really nice rise on Saturday even. He went like, what, 42 to 48, okay? And then he kind of repeated that pattern. He went from like 43 to 50, and it was showing me that he had a lot of demand. And then today, this morning, you're seeing the effects of that weekend league stimulus coming, we'll call it, and he went from 49 and he's 56k. So if you can start to identify these cards on like Saturday and Sunday of who's showing good rise potential, they should see another little extra boost on that Monday. And that's why he was a good example. So if you would have bought him on Saturday and just held from like 45 to 55k, that's like 7 to 9k profit per card, which is absolutely incredible. Another card, Theo Hernandez, is another really good example of this and how you can kind of puzzle piece together what FUT players are doing. And the reason I really like Theo, and I did shout him at 60k on Saturday, he got real low at night. He was pretty easy to get at like 62 and under. 60 might have been tough, but the reason I like Theo a lot is because we actually had the Pedro SBC recently, who is a left wing in Serie A. So people are going to do this SBC and we're completing him, and they need a link to him. Also, we do have Koulibaly player of the month, and if you use this card, again, insanely good center back in this game, and people have untradables. People are bored. People do SBCs on FUT. It's just what they do. So people need a left back in Serie A to link him. You're either using Spinazzola or Theo. I think Theo is more in demand based on his price. On Saturday, you saw that increase, right? 62, climbed all the way up to like upper 60s. Sunday, you kind of saw it again, got low at night, 63, 64, all the way up to 70k. And then today, you're seeing that additional boost. Early this morning, 68-ish K, and he's approaching 75k now. So those are two examples of really good cards who did well that link with current SBCs. You can think like that. The other good examples that are doing quite well today are actually out-of-pack informs, just because they have no supply. So as people get their weekend league rewards, they say, who should I go upgrade in my team? And if more people want this card than there are listings, he's going to go up in price. So Barella even was a great one from Saturday. If you look back, he was just 100k, and yesterday he rose up to like 120k, and then today he's 140k. So that is a pretty crazy rise on him, and that's just because he's incredible in game. If you used him, I have, so I can attest to that. We have the Serie A SBC links, and then there's no supply on him, right? So even if people were selling him a lot, it doesn't matter, because more people are buying him than selling him, increasing his price. So what to look for on Saturday to sell into the week here? Look for super in demand cards that link with SBCs, and look for out of pack stuff. I want to watch Hakimi, went from 300 to 400k. He links with that one. He links with that Wijnaldum as well, like we talked about, which is super helpful. But those are some really good examples for you, and a good buy time should be Friday, Saturday to sell into Sunday, Monday. Hopefully that helps you out. And Sean, thanks for having me.
As we head into our final trading method, I want to appreciate you guys for making it this far in the video. Make sure to drop a like to the video if you haven't yet. And let's go ahead and move on to some icon trading.
Hey guys, HappyQuinn here. I'm here to give you a small little tidbit, teach you about icon trading. And just a quick intro about myself. I'm, like I said, a FIFA trader. Been doing it for the past 3 to 4 years now. I run a Twitter account, do some market tips, some trading, and then just some banter, some sarcasm, some fun like that. And I think my most notable achievement is probably FIFA 20. I had like 120 mil TP, I think, in December. That was like top 1, top 2. And yeah, it was all done through icon trading. So that's why I wanted to, do this video and talk a bit about it. And yeah, maybe you can get to those levels as well. Let's go. So, first step for icon trading is you want to set a group or like a subset of icons that you're going to trade with. So you could say I only want to trade with 100k to 250k icons. I want to trade 400k to 800k icons. It's up to you, and you can set that. And the reason you make a subset is, well, there's 3 reasons. The first one is because of your budget, right? If you have 1,000,000 coins, which I think personally should be the starting budget for icon trading. If you have 1,000,000 coins and you buy a 900k icon, that means you're sitting there with 100k waiting all day for this guy to sell, right? If he doesn't sell, then you didn't do anything throughout the day. But if you buy 5 200k icons, then you just keep it rolling, right? 1 sells, you buy another. 2 sells, you buy 2 others. So you just keep the coins flowing. And then you get to 2 mil, 3 mil, and you can start trading the 500k icons, 600k icons, and so on. Second reason is because it's way harder to memorize the prices of 200 icons versus 50 icons, right? And that's the whole trick to icon trading. You have to memorize the prices. You have to memorize what an icon sells for, and then you get them for cheaper, and then you sell them for that price. So yeah, unless you're Einstein and you can remember 300 prices, then good for you. But if you can't, then all the power to you. And if you can't, and you're like a normal human, such as me, then you have to make like a small subset, right? 50 icons, 60 icons, 55 icons, somewhere around that price, or around that number. And the last step is, which we'll see in detail in a bit, it just takes longer to get to the 59th minute if you're trading with a larger number of icons. So if you have 30 icons, it takes you maybe 9 pages to get to the 59th minute. If you're trading 100 icons, 150, then it takes you maybe 30 clicks even, right? So we'll see that in details in a bit. So here on FUTBIN, I have a filter set up. It says 100 to 250k, and these are the icons that I'm looking at. And you just go, this is the exercise, right? You go to Nesta, for example, and you check his market sale history. We used to do it with the graph in the good old days, but now there's a market sale history. So we go into the market sale history, and we can see that this guy sells for, I think, a peak of like 220. Either he like a 225 here and 220 here, but I think the peak is 220. So after EA tax, which is 5%, that's probably around like 210, I think, 209, somewhere around that number. So if you buy for 200k or 201k, 202k, around that number, you're making like 8 to 10k profit, which I think is pretty good for 200k icon. So you want to try to aim for like 5% profit. So 300k icon, 15k, 400k icon, 20k, and so on and so forth. So right, cool, perfect. So now I know that if I see this Nesta on the market for like 205, 200, or less than 200, I'm buying that because I can sell it for 220 and make profit. There you go. Like that's pretty much it to icons. That's honestly pretty much it. You just have to obviously memorize the prices, which takes a long time and it's hard and it's a grind. But that's the whole trick to icons. There's nothing more to that. So if you go to the web app here, and I have this filter set up that says Icon League, the minimum buy now price is 100, the maximum buy now price is 250, right? I go here and I just increase the minimum bid price and I click search. And it's gonna take a while, to be honest. On this budget, there's a lot of icons, a lot of listings. These guys are packed way more than the higher tier icons and sold more than the higher tier icons. So we just go there, we wait, and hopefully we don't get the captcha, but I think we're good. We go to the 59, we'll get there. Just wait. Almost there. All right, perfect. So we're there, right? So there's no Nesta, but we can check here. There's a Lampard for 240, right? So actually there's Lampard for 240 and I go to FUTBIN. Let's say you don't have the price memorized. You go to FUTBIN and I go to Lampard, 88, and I check the price history, the sales history. So he goes for 239, 240, 236, 245. That's pretty much his selling price. So he sells for around 240, let's say 235. So that means I would want a 225, a 220 maybe to buy that Lampard. That's not a good price. I skip it. And I just keep doing this exercise, you know, and then we're good. Then I increase the bid price and I go again. And like the higher you go, so for example, let's say you go to the 600 to 900, there's less icons on the market. So it takes less time to get to the 59th minute to see these new deals and these new listings. Excuse me. So we get to the 59th here. And we check some prices. Like the Seedorf, I would want like maybe like a 580, 570. This Rivaldo, that's way too expensive. This Gerrard, maybe like a 620, 610. And you just have this price memorized, right? This Rivaldo, I want like maybe a 600 for him. And you just do that, right? You go to the 59th, you check if there's any deal, no deal. All right, go back, increase the bid price, and then go again. The reason I'm on web app and not console is because it just takes way longer to get to the 59th minute on console. It's way more efficient, way faster. And then you see all the prices in front of you, right? On console, you have to go one by one and check the prices. Here, you can see them all on one page. What else can I tell you about? All right, so there's the whole fresh icon concept. So if you go to the Beckham, for example, let me see if I can find a fresh icon. Actually, maybe that's like the best example. So this Carlos, for example, is he fresh? He is not fresh. So the reason he's not fresh, the first indication to see if it's a fresh icon, usually the cam style here should be the basic cam style, so like the soccer boot, and then it should have 0 games played here. Alright, so if it has more than 0 games, that means he's not fresh. Anyway, the idea with the fresh icons, this is a fresh icon, right? 0 games played, 7 contracts, that's a fresh icon, is that usually midfielders and attackers, they sell for maybe 1 to 2% more than the regular price if they're fresh. I mean, it works on defenders and goalkeepers, but not that much. So you can be a bit greedy with the buy price for these icons if they're fresh. And that's pretty much it, honestly. Like, I think people overcomplicate icon trading. I don't think it's complicated whatsoever. I think you just need to be patient. Like, don't buy a 1 mil icon for 10-15k profit. Like, you just wait for the 50k profit, 60k profit, somewhere around that. And it's also just a grind. I think icons is probably one of the most price times value. Sorry, time times value. That was complicated. Time times value. Damn, why can't I say it? Time times value efficiency in the game. So that means if you have 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day on the game, which I think not a lot of people do, but some do, and you do icon trading, you're gonna make way more coins than doing something like, for example, campsite trading. However, if you only have 2 hours or 3 hours a day, then something like campsite is probably more suited for you, because you don't have to spend 8 hours to memorize prices and then keep your mind flowing, you know. So depending on how much time you have, how much budget you have, all that, then you can sort of, you know, specify whether or not icon trading is for you. But if you do have the time, you do have the budget, I think it's one of the best trading methods out there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I mean, if you like this, you should follow me on Twitter. I think I'm pretty fun on Twitter, HappyQuinn11. Some trading tips, some market knowledge, usually just some banter, some sarcasm, some fun like that. And then I'm trying to stream maybe 3 to 4 times a week on Twitch, also twitch.tv/HappyQuinn11. Yeah, and if you have any questions, anything to ask, Twitter DM me. I should reply within a few hours maybe, so sometimes faster even. So yeah, I hope it helps, boys.
And there we have it. That is it for the FIFA 22 Ultimate Trading Guide. If you enjoyed, do not forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe here, and to all of the other content creators who have participated in the video. I really appreciate them, and I appreciate you, especially if you made it to the end of the video. And to prove you made it to the end of the video, comment down below FUT Trading Hype, and I'll make sure to heart and reply to every single comment that says FUT Trading Hype down below. I really appreciate you guys watching, supporting the channel, supporting these creators, and joining in to the FIFA trading community. Until next time, I'll see ya. Peace out.